When a person studies art, they find that it is an enormous subject. There are many, many different movements and schools, media, cultures, time periods. It's almost inconceivable. However, we can simplify it a bit with the categories of art. All artwork will fit into one of these three categories. First, representational. This is art that looks like something that could be seen in real life. It's made to look lifelike. It has realistic lighting, proportion, perspective. Artists use the elements of art and principles of design to create the illusion of realism. For example, this is a painting by Winslow Homer. The title is Boys in a Pasture, painted in 1874. This is the credit line that gives you information. In this painting, you can see that it does look like human boys. The lighting is realistic. It's coming down from the top right corner. It's hitting the boy's clothing. You can see that there are highlights and shadows that indicate the folds in the clothing. It's hitting the yellow hat. You can see the highlight and the shadow, just like you'd see in reality. The grass has a texture, a realistic texture. The sky looks like the color that a sky could be with the clouds. The trees in the distance look like they're further away with the use of optical perspective. So this painting is supposed to look realistic, and it does. The next category is abstract art. This is art that is based on reality, but then it's altered or distorted or simplified, or all of them. For example, this painting by Pablo Picasso is Weeping Woman with a Handkerchief. This was painted in 1937. With this painting, Picasso has taken a human figure and simplified, distorted, and altered it. So he did all three with this one. You might not know that it was a woman, except for the title. However, once you've got that, you can look at it and see that the artist was wanting to convey an emotion of sorrow, of anguish. How can we know that? Well, if we look at it, the eyes are shaped like sideways teardrops. The tears are actually circles with lines coming down, and since we know that a line pulls the eye along it, it leads the eye down, making it look like tears running down a face. The mouth is open and distorted in a grimace with the teeth showing. The skin color is not realistic. People don't have gray and purple skin. However, those colors, gray and purple, look dulled down. The neck is a triangle pulling the eye up to the face. The handkerchief, you might not know is a handkerchief. It almost has a cloud-like look. But once you know that, you can see the hand, the fingers inside of it, right up next to the nose. At the bottom, the hand looks very simple. The thing is, creating this with all of the lines, you can even see the eyebrow lines. They curve up, like eyebrows often do when people are crying, only they have been exaggerated. This painting, being so abstract, distorted, possibly conveys that feeling of sorrow or anguish more deeply than a realistic painting of a woman crying. The third category of art is non-objective art. This art is not based on reality. It's concerned completely with aesthetics. Some people put non-objective art in the abstract art category, or as a subset of abstract art. Let's look at this painting by Vasily Kandinsky, 1923. The title of this painting is Composition 8. Well, that doesn't give us anything to think this is supposed to look like in reality. However, as humans, we tend to try to make sense of things that we see. So somebody might look at this and say, well, that looks like a sun, and it looks like there's buildings, and the lines make it look like there's lots of movement, so maybe it's a city, maybe. Or a person might look at this and get the idea that it's about music and the rhythm of the music with the lines bouncing along and making the different kinds of twists and turns that a piece of music might do. And either of those are fine because artwork is not just about the artist creating something, it's also what the viewer brings to it. It's not a monologue with the artist doing all of the talking, so to speak. It's also you as the viewer looking at it and having your own ideas or feelings about the artwork. And there we go, that's the 3 categories of art: representational, abstract, and non-objective.